Hey everyone, it's Jeremy with Heltone. I wanted to do a quick demonstration today of how I use Tone Architect with electric guitar. In case you didn't know, Tone Architect is an effects plugin that we released that utilizes 3 different types of saturation: a compressor, it has high and low pass filters, and a multi-band compressor that acts similarly to a Pultec EQ. Now, when we were working on the Tone Architect, we were not setting out to make a plugin that was specifically for guitar, but we ended up with a plugin that actually does that job very, very well. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I have my 1978 Telecaster here, and you may recognize this guitar from future videos we're going to do on a different product. But when I say Tone Architect does a pretty good job of doing guitar, I don't mean that the compressor sounds nice on a guitar. I mean that we are going to get the entire guitar tone, the entire overdriven sound from the Tone Architect. So I'm just going to plug directly into the preamp. And there's a lot of different directions we could go with the sound, but I have this beat from our instrument Soulfly pulled up, which is kind of a very like throwback 60s kind of beat. I'll just play a little bit of that. So we're going to try to do something that is like in the spirit of that, but for now I am just going to record this guitar part that I made up. I'm just going to record it direct. Tone Architect is currently bypassed. All right, so let's dive into the saturation types to start off with. Tube sounds really cool, but I think that for this one, I'm going to go for something just a little bit more subtle. So we're going to use this tape saturation. All right, next, let's look at I actually want to look at the filter, even though it comes after the multi-band in the signal chain, but I want to go ahead and mess with these 2 filters for a second. I just wanted to get rid of some of the super low and high end information to try to make it sound a little bit more accurate to the era. And then let's go to the tone shaper next. And let's just try to get some nice mid sounds. We'll have a different video that you can look at to fully understand how the tone shaper works. We'll add a little bit of band compress and then just a little bit of the compression overall here. We're just going to do something pretty subtle though. And I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of a spring reverb on here. Okay, I like that. I'm going to go ahead just to showcase a little bit more of the Tone Architect. I'm going to record a lead part now, and then we're going to try to overdrive that one a little bit more, maybe use this tube saturation. For the sake of time, I went ahead and just recorded that off camera, and then let's take a listen to this. I have this tube saturation cranked all the way up, And then additionally, I've added some pre-gain and even increased the input a little bit here to try to get a a pretty overdriven sound. I also put a spring reverb on it. All right, so let's listen to this whole thing. As I filled out the track, I added some organ, I added some bass, and let's just hear this whole thing together. And additionally, I've added an instance of Tone Architect onto the master bus. So we'll just listen to the whole track that I put together now. I'm gonna leave this instance open that I put over the bus here, and let's hear the whole track. So there you have it. That is a track that I made with the guitars plugging straight in and only using a spring reverb and the Tone Architect. Also, Tone Architect is the only thing on the master bus. And that is one way that I use guitar with the Tone Architect. Hope this has been helpful.